Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jaigobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jaigobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jaigobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jaigobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Today we are going to talk all about Venus, the planet, and what she's doing astrologically, how that's going to affect us collectively, and also how that's going to affect us individually based off of your more than likely Venus sign, but also Sun, Moon, Venus rising, and all that good stuff. I also am really excited because I'm going to go through all the signs, and I'm going to use two decks that I haven't used in a long time today. They were like, you have to use these decks. I'm going to use the archetypes from the Wild Unknown, and then also the animal spirit cards from the Wild Unknown. We're going to pull one of each for each of the signs when I go through and tell you where this is happening in your chart. So let's say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Rocky, welcome in. Shannon, how are you? Thanks for being here. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Eliza. Thank you guys. So I'm excited also because I have a lot of really cool announcements to tell you guys before we officially get talking about the astrology of Venus this week and what's coming up. Also, I mean, this is a new moon week. So, and I don't know if you knew or not, but there is a new moon on Sunday, and that is a new moon in Leo exactly on August 8th, which is the 8/8 Lion's Gate. Hello, Deb. Welcome in. So let us talk about everything that is happening on this channel. And I want to invite you because there are so many amazing things that I'm offering this month. And I literally planned the next 6 months. Hello, Carmelola, welcome in. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is I'm doing a special this month, a starseed reading special. So when you purchase a starseed reading from me, you get a free starseed line essential oil roller. And this is what they look like, although the green screen doesn't like this. That's the roller, and these are the, this is the Andromeda spray. Oh, so good. So basically, what is going to happen is that once you sign up for a reading, you are going to get a free essential oil blend, a starseed blend. And it's like really exciting to be able to do that and offer it. I just released the starseed readings, or the starseed line of essential oil blends. And so I wanted to share it with you guys in a very special way. So that offer is good if you live within the United States, because obviously the shipping is going to be too crazy if I have to ship to everywhere in the world. However, if you're not in the US and you're international, you can still sign up for a reading and you're still going to get a gift. And the gift is a copy of my Stargates calendar, which is an astrological calendar of intergalactic portals. And it shows you, and it talks about what are portals, what does it mean when portals are open with the sun and the moon, the two luminaries. I also talk about Venus portals, sun portals, moon portals, Venus moon portals, equinox and solstice portals, and new and full moon portals. Like basically all of the major dates throughout the whole season are in my calendar, and you get an opportunity to receive that with purchase of a starseed reading. So those are the two specials that are going on in August. And I know I have already gotten a lot of people who have signed up. So I am super excited to do your reading. Also, the next thing is I'm hosting a free mini soul healing retreat. And I figured that a lot of what's happening right now in the world is we are very stressed out. There's a lot of pressure. It's almost like it's just like the never-ending chaos, right? And this Lionsgate and also this Leo season is a very powerful, hello, Rebecca, is a very powerful time for us to connect with our starseed family, with our ancestors, our starseed ancestry. And this is a time when, the beings from other dimensions are watching, they're supporting us, they're holding space for us. And this is the perfect time to give ourselves a moment to just rest and take a break. And that's why I was inspired to do this mini soul healing retreat. There's a link in the description of everything that I'm talking about for you guys to go check out. But literally all you need is to enter your name and your email, because the mini soul healing retreat is literally going to get delivered straight to your inbox. It is a 4-day retreat, and every day I'm going to send out an email with either a video or something you have to listen to, or an activity that you have to do, and there'll be prompts. Hello, Muriel. Welcome. All different activities for you to do to help you relax. So I'm really excited about that. And then at the end of it, I'm going to share with you I feel like there's a lot of people that don't know, but I run a moon goddess training, and some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you in the retreat are activities and tools that I have given, the moon goddess training people the moon goddesses before, and they're different. They're not the same things that we've done in the moon goddess training, but they're the similar essence of the activities that we're going to be doing. And I want to share with you guys, because I will be running my next moon goddess training in October, which I'm really, really excited about. So sign up for my free mini soul healing retreat, and you'll get to have a moment to just take a break. So that's that. Obviously, I just mentioned it, but my new Starseed Essential Oil line is here. You can check it out on my Etsy shop. I've got the 7 major Starseed families, the Arcturians, the Andromedas, the Lyrans, the Orions, the Sirius starseeds, and the Ophiuchus starseeds. What am I missing? I'm missing one. And the Pleiades, of course, the Pleiades. And I have the rollers and I have the aura mists, which you can now purchase on my Etsy shop. So go check those out. And I'm going to be doing module 6 of the Aquarian Astrology Level 1 course, which if you want to learn astrology, I have a course to learn astrology. I split it into different modules. This will be the 6th module. So if you haven't done the previous modules, you can go ahead and sign up for those. Modules 1 through 4 are in a bundle for $108, and the modules are always just $33 each. So super affordable if you want to learn astrology, and they're so much fun and jam-packed with information. So we're going to be doing module 6 on August 14th. I think that's in less than 2 weeks. So if you join us live, you get to ask questions in the Zoom. Then I record it and then it's uploaded, and then you can always watch the replay. So you don't, if you can't make that time, I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on the 14th, which I believe is a Saturday. That's okay because there'll be a replay, but I would love to have you guys there live to join me to talk about Mars. And the reason why talking about planet Mars is so important is because right now, especially with Leo season, it's about courage, and everything always happens like intuitively for me. I'm actually taking another astrology course myself, the Leo King's Hypergate course, and he's talking about in that class about how connecting to, you know, your intuition and channeling and letting like God speak through you is basically the age that we're moving into. So it is very, very a powerful time for us to learn to navigate and to channel our drive. That is what Mars represents. So very excited. It's in 10 days. Yes, I know. I saw that you signed up, Shannon. I'm really, really excited. So let us hop right into the content of this video. I am going to share my screen with you, and we're going to talk about the magic of Venus. So every week I go live and I do this show, and I tell you what Venus is doing, and we focus on relationships. So we're going to talk about what is something important about relationships. Just side note, we have a code that I have to enter to share my screen, and it's 4445. Just wanted to share that because I love those sacred numbers. But let me know when you can actually, I think you should be able to already see the chart on the screen, but just to make sure it's actually working. Okay, yeah, it is. All right. So, but every week we talk about Venus and we focus on relationships because Venus is all about relationships, and whatever she's doing, wherever she's transiting, whatever sign she's in affects all of us individually based off of like where she is in our chart, and then it affects us all collectively. This week, we're also going to see a powerful, powerful, powerful new moon in Leo. I don't miss the astrology and don't miss the ceremony because this is a portal. This moon is a massive Lionsgate portal, and you're going to want to be tapped in or connected to some kind of ritual or ceremony that helps you like stay in that powerful and connected space. And so that's why I want to make sure you guys, is that a grand cross? Nope. But anyways, it's close. It's close, but not exactly. I see what I can see what you're looking at. It is a T-square. There is a definite T-square going on right there. I actually talk about that T-square with Moon and Mars and the nodes in my Moon Magic report. So this is the chart for August 9th. And the reason why I picked this chart is because on this day, Venus is exactly opposing Neptune. So here's Venus. She finds herself at 22 degrees of Venus. I mean, of course, 22 degrees of Venus. I love that. Of Virgo. Valerie says, Jai signed up for the retreat. We'll sign up for the Mars webinar. This time, not 5 minutes before. Oh, I love it. But yes, I would love to have you guys there. You're a new moon, Leo new moon baby. I love that. So that's Venus, and this is Neptune. So as you can tell, both Venus and Neptune are both at exactly 22 degrees and 41 minutes. I love looking at the patterns too. That's how you discover new things in astrology. This means they're opposing. And this is significant because Neptune is in Pisces. And Neptune in Pisces is at home. Neptune rules the sign of Pisces. Neptune rules our dreams. Neptune rules our visions. Also rules illusion and things that are hidden. Like it also rules the area of hypnosis. And basically hypnosis in the sense of like being hypnotized by something, being very gullible. Pisces can be a very gullible energy. It can be the connection to our divine source of light, and it can also be the opposite of that, which is like, so it's like the truth versus the the lies, or the truth versus the false illusions that are present. And both of these things rule this area of Pisces. So it's like Christ consciousness, and then it's like your hidden subconscious fears. So it's the infinite. It is forever expanding. You cannot put Pisces in a box. You cannot wrap it up. And it tends to be very what's the word I'm looking for? Fantastical, but that's not really what I'm looking for. Like fantasy. Pisces tends to be it's dreamy. It's a dreamy energy. We dream through Pisces. And then Neptune can also activate our dreams very, very much. Veronica says, Neptune is in the same place right now where Venus is in my natal chart. Okay, so now Venus is opposing. Yes. So this is a transit that's happening on the 9th. That's significant for sure, Veronica. Hello, Michelle. Welcome in. So this is what we're talking about this week. Now let's talk about Venus. Venus in Virgo is actually in fall position. Venus loves to be in Pisces, because in Pisces, she gets to be super romantic. It's like the Disney movie fantasy, like romantic love. That's what Venus in Pisces is. In Virgo, she starts getting a little bit kind of picky, or she starts getting a little bit too focused on the details, and she doesn't allow herself to kind of breathe. I think Virgo can definitely sometimes suffocate the energy of Venus. And I think that's why Venus is in fall position here in Virgo. So, but what does it mean when she's having a connection to Pisces and on opposition to Neptune? Well, it has to do with relationships, but it also has to do with how it affects our relationships. So when Venus is opposing Neptune, this can cause problems within relationships, and can also cause problems within finances. Oppositions creates it's like a challenging energy, and it creates something that is a little bit it's a challenge that needs to be resolved, that needs to be figured out. I think that in terms of relationships, this opposition might cause some of us to feel like, is this really what's going on in our relationships? Is this really like what's the truth here? How am I in the right place? Am I at the right time? Because Virgo also represents being here in the moment, in this time, in this place, connecting to the earthly, like groundedness, but more like not a groundedness, but more of a focus on the right here and the right now. And Neptune wants to take us away. And so that's why it can feel like, but I want to focus here and I want to make sure I'm here. But Neptune is like pulling you in the opposite direction, right? And so that's why it can cause problems within relationships, because when the things in our dreams, when the things that we that live in the possibilities, the infinite possibilities, which is Pisces, don't match our physical time-space reality and how everything is being projected right now in the world, or how we are experiencing the physical, when those things don't match, that's when we feel like disillusioned. That's exactly what Neptune and Pisces, and also retrograde, which it is retrograde. It's like the blanket comes off, or, well, that was a funny phrase, or the veil comes off. So right now, instead of us really feeling with this opposition, instead of feeling like, oh, like the dream space is matching my reality, we're feeling like, oh my God, like I am so far away from like what I really want in my life in terms of relationships. And because Venus also rules finances and money, this can also cause problems there. Because if you are not, like, if you overspend or whatever, or if you're not like paying attention to the details, if you get lost in like overspending, because Neptune can be like an infinite amount of like, things, but it's like sometimes you're not able to use it in the right way, or you overdo it. Jupiter can be a little bit like that too. But Neptune in Pisces is, go ahead, like it's the luring of like the siren in the sea, and like she sings and she's like the most beautiful thing, and then the sailors like come closer and closer and then they get eaten, right? So it's kind of like that. It's like, I'm going to lure you this way and I'm going to make you think that like the decisions that you're making are right, and that this is like, that's the illusory aspect of Neptune. So it can be like a beautiful real dream that comes true, a connection to the divine source, the infinite source. And it can also be like the luring you into something that is so not what you thought it was. So we have to be careful with spending money. So under this sort of aspect, you're more likely under like a confusing or like a deceptive influence to fall victim to predators who seek to take advantage of your caring and accepting nature. So you have to make sure that you know exactly what's going on. You can't let people take your niceness for weakness and things like that. And you can't give too much because you think that it's being received well. That's why we have to be kind of careful with our generosity, especially during this time. And then this can also cause over idealization or like gullibility, which can, if that happens, eventually we're going to experience like disillusion. So we have to just be gentle with ourselves this week, and we have to be careful and make sure that we're not kind of falling under that spell, the siren spell, so to speak. But this is obviously happening in a very specific place in your chart, and it has a message for you. This week has a message for you. So we're going to go through each of the signs, and we are going to look at what where this is happening in your chart based off of your Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. And I'm going to pull one card from each of the piles, or from each of the cards that I picked, that I showed in the beginning. And this is going to go beyond just the astrology. I'll tell you the astrology, but the cards really take it beyond that meaning. Eliza says it's abrasive energy for Venus. Yeah, Virgo. It feels like scraping your knee. Ooh. So that is a strong concentration. So I'm going to switch on over to this screen over here. And since we're done with the astrology, and the two decks that I was talking about that I'm going to be using are the animal spirit cards and the archetype cards. And I will be reading from the book because these are very powerful energies, unless obviously it's just intuitive channeling that wants to come through as a message. And the images are obviously like ways of connecting with the messages. So I also will be picking the sign that goes next from the cards. I'll just shuffle them and see what and let them kind of be in a certain order. And then we're going to go right into the reading. So here we go. I'm going to cut the deck right there. And that's our list. It's ready to go. And the first sign that we are going to be looking at is Pisces. So starting right off the bat with Pisces. Let's put that up on the screen. So Pisces, obviously Neptune is in your first house. So this is the opposition. So you're going to have Neptune in your first house, and then you're going to have Venus in your seventh house. So she is transiting your house of relationship, especially if you're a Pisces rising. She's transiting your house of relationships. So that's a good thing. And for you, generally, like, it's good to come back to earth when it comes to relationships. You can't always live in your dream space. You can't always be in your fantasy. You have to like come back to earth at some point. So I think for relationships, that's a good transit for Venus to transit the seventh house, where she feels like she's at the strongest. But at the same time, what's happening here is that with this specific transit is that it's causing issues very much within your relationship. So that part is not going to feel that good. Somebody put a 1 or a 2 just intuitively. What number comes into the chat, please? I just need your help with something. Just the number 1 or the number 2, whichever one calls you first. Somehow that's how this we're choosing between these two cards, and either 1 or 2. Somebody put it out there. Hopefully, or probably a Pisces will help me choose this. Hello, Traylene. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you guys. All right, there we go. Well, I'm going to take the first one that comes out. So we get the crocodile. Interesting. The crocodile. So let's talk about the crocodile. So the crocodile, thank you guys for your help. The crocodile lives, it lives in the water. But when we think of the crocodile, it's kind of gnarly. Whoa, that actually speaks to me of this siren. Like the siren can be beautiful, but then underneath it's just like a crocodile. But we should talk about what the crocodile represents, because it'll help us understand what is really this week, what this week will really bring for Pisces. I think it says to be careful. Be careful what lurks, in the shadows. So this is what 22 in the chat too. Ooh, yes, we love that. So the crocodile is all about resting, submerging, collecting energy, and also cooling off. Interesting. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world. And turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserve so that your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. I actually really, really love that. Fill up the vital reserves so that your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. And it is saying wait, it's not time yet. That's awesome, Traylene. Let us pull one of the archetype cards for Pisces and see. And then if someone could do the timestamps after the video is over, I would really, really appreciate that. Whoa. Okay. So Pisces, you get the desert. The desert. Dang. This is intense. This image is intense. I mean, the hands, in the sand. The desert is a very dry place. The moon reaching out towards the moon. I feel like you're feeling emotionally deprived. And maybe that's the reason why the crocodile is asking you to stop. Take a moment to pause. You need to recharge because you're dried out. But let us see what the desert card actually says, if I can find it, because it looks like this book is not really in order. So the desert, here we go. The drought, the wasteland, the badlands. Oh, I like that word. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground, for endless miles. We are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal. Ooh. To become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. Dang. Okay, so this is definitely collective message here. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, you will someday reach water again, and that's Pisces. You can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep. Damn, Pisces, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. That I have never heard Pisces described so perfectly than that. And this is not a book about astrology. These are archetypes. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. Whoa, the world of Pisces. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, wary traveler. Dang, Pisces. That's intense. You have Venus in Pisces? Yeah. If you have Venus in Pisces, whoa, that was quite the reading. It feels like The crocodile too, it's a reptile, like a reptilian, you know, and then the desert's like it's dry, you need water. I'm thirsty. Just doing that reading made me freaking thirsty. So there you go, Pisces. Next, we have Sagittarius. So let's hop on over to Sagittarius. So for you, Sagittarius, you have Venus in your 10th house. So this is a 10th and 4th house duality. So the 10th house is the house of career. It's also the house of your life path. It's also the house of like being out in the limelight. Like, how do people see you? And when you're in the public eye, how do people see you? Rebecca's like, ah. And then in the 4th house is the house of the home. So Neptune is transiting your 4th house. It's opposing Venus, which is in your 10th house. Venus in your 10th house is actually like, this is a good time to be in the public eye. Venus transits are going to attract people to you. Like, they're going to make you attractive to other people in the public eye. It's also going to help you bring good luck in the world of career and your life path. Also, the opposition to the 4th house means that there's something that has to do with your family, a family member, a relationship, something going on at home that is, there's a fog. I feel like there's a fog. There's like an illusion, and it's not quite clear what's happening. And so that duality between the 4th house of home and the 10th house of career, of the 4th house of your internal emotional world and your heart and what you truly desire in your heart, and the 10th house of how you share that with the world, that duality is being challenged right now. It's like you're wanting one thing, but then at the same time, on the other side of the spectrum, it's not clear what is really going on. You get the snake and the flower of life, which is, part of this image. But, we know what snakes represent. Snakes, they shed their skin. Snakes, they have no choice. They teach us about transformation. They teach us about connecting both to the earthly realms as well as the celestial realms. They can go deep into the earth, and at the same time, they can also like move and what do you call what a snake does? Slither up a tree, and the branches of a tree represent the divine, which is also, whoa, I'm getting so much. Virgo represents being in the earth. Pisces represents the divine. So the snake can move through both of these worlds. The snake can slither from the house of the home to the house of career, from the earth to the sky, and figure out, and transform and transmute and release. So the snake is the guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is the symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it is well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Maybe yourself. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. There you have it. So the snake is telling you to wake up your inner potential. You've got the South Node transiting your first house, asking you to change and transform yourself, to let go of the old you and step into the new you. And now this opposition, or this snake in more generally, is saying there's something that you are awakening right now. It's time. That's an Ouroboros. It's time that something that's awakening right now for you. and it's time to start expressing it. And I think the opposition is going to like make it come alive. Holy crap. The bridge. Bridges, while I look at the card, I'll talk about bridges. Bridges literally like bring things together. They harmonize things together. It's like when you feel like alone and you feel like you don't have a connection, you don't really understand. The bridge comes in and says, let me help you find that connection. Let me help you find that connection. The snake, again, is the bridge. Literally, the snake is the bridge between heaven and earth. The snake is the bridge between heaven and earth. What is this bridge card all about? The connection, the line, the gate. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred, which is literally the duality of Virgo and Pisces. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love. Or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. Whoa, Sagittarius. Dang. These are intense readings, you guys. So these cards are asking you to build a bridge. Build a bridge. You should listen to that Nako song called Build a Bridge. It's a really good one. And the bridge is between your reality and your dream, heaven and earth, the duality of those things together. Elisa says, I have a Sagittarius stellium in my third house. I feel this reading deeply, and it isn't my sun, moon, rising, and it isn't my sun. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, if you're feeling a message for sure, then you have to go with that. You have to trust your intuition. Next sign we get is Cancer. So Cancer, the ruler of the moon. Hey, babe, how's it going? It's literally called Build a Bridge by Nako. I should learn how to play that, but it's kind of an intense one. So let's talk about Cancer. Where is Venus and Neptune in your chart? Venus in your chart is transiting your third house, which is the house of communication, which means in the opposite end of the spectrum, the ninth house is where Neptune is. So for you, this is about communicating. Yes, Michael, you're right. This is about communicating. This is about speaking your truth, sharing your voice. The moon is actually in Cancer right now. The moon just moved into Cancer. And while it is in Cancer this week, in the next 2 days and a half, it's going to go dark. It's going to be the balsamic moon. And you've got this. Yes, I'm Googling it on my phone. Okay, Google it. But this is a balsamic moon in Cancer right before the new moon in Leo. So the next few days is going to be emotional. It's going to be a deep emotional wave. But whenever the moon is balsamic, it is time for us to release and let go. So for you also, along with this releasing and letting go of this moon in Cancer, what you're experiencing is, are you speaking your truth? Are you expanding yourself in the right way? What else are you looking for that's helping you to align better to your spiritual path? Because the ninth house is about spirituality, but also spiritual integration. And the third house is about how are you communicating with others in your life? And that's where you're going to feel this duality aspecting you this week. But let's see what animal wants to bring you a message. Which animal? The cheetah. The cheetah, which is actually the element of fire, believe it or not. So very interesting. You are a water sign and you're getting a fire animal, but not just any fire animal. The cheetah is representative of the sun. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the cheetah represents the sun. It's the solar force, right? So now we're connecting with the sun, the moon and the sun. The moon is in Cancer, the sun is in Leo. Leo is the rulership of the sun. Cancer is the rulership of the moon. So this is a very beautiful message coming through. This is about taking action. This is also about achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. Ooh, it shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. Wow. That is powerful. Reconnect to the why before you start running. Where's your passion? So you may be feeling a lot of deep emotions, but the sun, right? The sun, which is in Leo, of course, is asking you to connect to your why. And then from the archetype, you get the seed. The seed. This is so intense because we're going to have a new moon in Leo, which is about planting seeds. There's so much in this reading. My brain is like, ah. So the seed, the beginning, the origin, the pearl. Beginnings come in many forms. It's kind of hard to see this card. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a certain image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning. Ooh. Or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is a potent generative energy all around. Yes, there is. This is the Lion's Gate, ladies and gentlemen. There is a potent generative energy all around. It stirs you very insides. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. Pay particular attention to what agitates you now, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. It does sound like a Lion's Gate, right? Yeah, exactly, Michael. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit. Ooh, I love this, that the pearl eventually comes to be. The sun and the moon. That was really powerful reading. All right, Cancer, that is your reading for the week. Next, believe it or not, we have Leo. So the sun and the moon, they want to bring us a message. That was the moon's message, and now this is the message from the sun. And Leo, you have Venus transiting your second house. So that's a good thing for Leo, because the second house is the house of money. When Venus comes around, she also brings good luck in terms of money. She also rules the second house, which is the house of Taurus. So it's the Empress. It's the goddess. So here she brings abundance. So Venus is wanting you to get organized and bring abundance into your life while Neptune in the 8th house is bringing up a lot of things that are uncomfortable to see. It may be bringing up your deepest fears, and it may be saying change is here no matter what, especially when it comes to your sense of value, your sense of self, how you look at yourself, where your priorities are. This is where this duality is being activated for you. So this is a time of change and facing the truth of the fears that live within you so that you can actually manifest and bring the abundance that you truly want in your life. And a card just fell out, and it is the moth. Why is the moth significant? Oh, God. Because the moth is attracted to the flame. And you are the flame, Leo. The moth is attracted to the flame. So it's like, go towards the sun, go towards your light. This is also a message about impulsive energy, hasty energy, wishful energy. The moth is sure. The grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, Neptune, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey, 8th house. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Whoa. Whoa, Leo. Whoa. Yes, exactly. Dang. All right. Let's see what archetype card comes through for you. The riddle. I love this. The riddle. Ooh, I actually got really excited there for a second. All right, let's bring up the energy of the riddle. Something you have to figure out, something you have to discover, decipher. I love that too, Valerie. The riddle, the puzzle, the question, the mystery. This is very 8th house. This is very 8th house. When the riddle is present, one must stop searching for the right answer. It cannot be found. And ultimately, it is not important. Rather, there must be a shift from the literal to the metaphorical, from logic to mythic. Ooh. You are thinking too small, Leo, and literally about the situation. The riddle card appears when the energy is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom in a Zen koan. Focusing harder won't do it. Neither will increased effort. The time, surrender, and humor are your only allies. That is so Leo. Oh my God. What feels like the most pressing dilemma won't reveal its deeper wisdom for a long time. Eventually, you'll learn a profound lesson from the riddle. For now, get comfortable with the limitations of your intellect and the reality of not knowing. It may, in fact, be the only reality there is. Something you need to figure out. That's what I'm getting. There's something that you need to figure out. I keep getting that message. You're figuring it out, but also you have to stop trying so hard. And I think that you have figured it out already because the moth flies to the flame, is attracted to the light, which is Leo, the sun. So something that you have been trying to figure out is you're not getting it because you're like not looking in the right direction or you're trying too hard, and you just need to really be in your own center and in your own space and let the answer to the riddle come. Wow. That's powerful. Dang, I love these readings today. Okay, Libra is next. Let's see what is going on for Libra. This feels like wisdom regarding the fears to be faced. Yes, I love that. So don't take the shiny, easy road this time. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Valerie. And we kind of all are in a way as well. All right, Libra, of course, Venus is your ruling planet. So she is showing up for you in your 12th house. So she's actually in a place where she feels celestial. She feels divine. She feels mystical. Neptune is in your 6th house of being in the present moment. So the duality, both of these planets, well, Neptune is in the opposite house where it loves to be in, and Venus is in a house where she actually loves to be in. Hey, Angie. But this duality is about understanding the wisdom that comes through your intuition, your higher centers, your higher chakras, and channeling it into this 3-dimensional reality. Right now, the opposition between Venus and Neptune, 6th and 12th house, is asking yourself, like, what's more important to you? What kind of dreams are wanting to come alive through you, through the embodiment of Venus, your love and your beauty and your passion and your love for beautiful things? Can you bring those dreams into reality? And Neptune says yes, because Neptune is in your 6th house, and Neptune brings the dream to the reality. It can also have the total opposite effect where like it's all an illusion and nothing feels real for you. I need to just put my mic up a little bit. Give me 1 second. You guys... Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. I'm like hunching over and I should not be hunching over. Okay. So basically, I hope you guys can hear me pretty good still. That's what's happening for Libra in terms of the astrology. It's the 6th and 12th house duality. But now let us actually see which animal wants to come through for you. And it is the camel. The camel stores water. The camel stores water. The camel stores emotions. The camel is also a fire animal, believe it or not. So interesting. But the image of the moon is very important here. A camel is resourceful, independent, and knows oneself. This is about knowing who you are. And I think that Venus in your 12th house is guiding you to know who you truly are. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. But this means not faraway lands in the physical sense, but faraway lands to your dreams. Because your Venus in the 12th house is on a journey. Like she's on a celestial, like out there traveling through the universe journey. And look at what you get. The one. The one. I think you are the one. I think this is about realizing that you are the one. I want to read to you about the card, of course. I feel like this is a message to tell you, like, you have everything you need right here in front of you. And merging with that energy and trusting that energy is something that you have to do this week. And hang on. The one. Ooh, there's also a siren in this deck. I think that's really cool. Where's the one? There it is. Okay. Is that intense for you? The one. Okay, here we go. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet, when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away and we are left with what is. The precious knowing that life is a gift and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. There you go, Libra. Freaking out of this world message for Libra. Wow. Scorpio. Here we go. Scorpio is having a transit of Venus in the 11th. Yeah, exactly. That was a cool card. Venus in the 11th, which means Neptune is in the opposite house, the 5th house. It is that is so Venus in the 12th house. It's these. I mean, I'm. It's blowing my mind as well. I'm trying to like stay on track, but my mind's like, what is going on right now with these readings? It's the Lion's Gate. I think it's the Lion's Gate. It's just like the power that's coming through. So Scorpio, Venus is transiting your 11th house of friends and sharing your gifts with the world. It's also about friendships, love and beauty and those connections, you know, that you just, that bring you comfort, that bring you, not excitement, but definitely comfort and help ground you in a way, for sure. They bring abundance in an interesting way. They bring connection. That's what I'm trying to say. And then Neptune in the 5th is about creativity and your passion. So how you share your gifts with the world is a theme that is coming up for you this week. How are you sharing yourself with the world? Are you listening to your intuition? Are you letting your intuition guide you to where, you know, to forward towards your creativity? But also it has to do with like creative projects, like things that you're manifesting into the world. Are you letting your intuition guide you, or are you falling into the, you know, illusion of maybe you're not intuitive enough, or you don't really know, you know, what it's about? This is what this duality is saying. It's time to share your gifts with the world. And if you're not sharing your gifts with the world, why are you not sharing your gifts with the world? Do you still need to find out like what your gifts are? Have you forgotten what your gifts are? Let's see what message the cards want to add to this. If this is all preparations for Lionsgate, could you imagine what's coming? You know what's so interesting about that is that the Lionsgate is already open. It's already here, and it's a process. On 8/8 is the culmination of it, like almost like a full moon energy, but at the same time, it's already here and it's arriving, and then it'll dissipate slowly. You get the dragonfly. And I love the dragonfly card, because what it reminds me of is our dreams and our aspirations. And Neptune and Pisces is all about our dreams and our aspirations. So let's see what the dragonfly wants to tell you today. The dragonfly is the master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder in awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. That's so Neptune. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through. Hello, Belinda. Clear your mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through. Look at this. The river. The river. That's about flow. That's telling you to flow. Every time I feel the energy of the river, or anything that comes up like that, I always think of that Pocahontas song. What I love most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. The water's always changing, always flowing. Hello, Victorious Love. Welcome in. It's about constant flow. The river, the stream, the flow, the current. There is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied in physical form. Without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all of our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us farther down the stream of transformation that we planned to go. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dream-like vision. Dragonfly. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness. Dragonfly, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind that the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential. That's so Scorpio. Nothing to hide. Ooh, Scorpio. Nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. Nothing to judge. May you drink in the sight of your true self, Scorpio. Whoa, that's intense, Scorpio. Whoo. There you go. All right, let's see who is next. It is Capricorn. Capricorn. So, Capricorn. Anybody a Capricorn in here? Capricorn is having a ninth house transit. So Venus is transiting your ninth house while Neptune is transiting the third. This is similar to Cancer energy, right? Because you are the opposition of Cancer. So you're having a similar duality, third and ninth house. You are searching for integration, spiritual integration, trying to understand your journey of love and beauty and relationships with Venus. And Neptune is helping you to connect to your intuition and your own truth. And that is the duality that is showing up for you this month. So let's see what animal wants to come through. That is so interesting. The scorpion comes out. The scorpion is first of all, it's a fire animal. So it is action. It is also creativity. Fire is the sign of the sun and Leo. So it also speaks to this Leo season and this Lion's Gate, but also Scorpio is where the South Node is. The South Node is not in the sign of Scorpio. The South Node is close to Antares, which is the star at the heart of the Scorpion, which is about truth and facing the truth. The Scorpion itself is about passion, competitiveness, and tends towards isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career, oh my God, what? That's crazy because Capricorn rules the house of career. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. That is so Capricorn. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. Now that's Scorpio. The Scorpion card says, it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual self. Whoa. Told you, truth. Come clean about how you feel in your relationships. You got to face that fear of like speaking your truth, being vulnerable, Capricorn. That's hard for Capricorn to be vulnerable. But you got to share it. You got to share your feelings. And I know that's the opposite end of the spectrum, but the reason why the duality is being aspected is because it is both Capricorn opposing Cancer, but also Pisces opposing Virgo. Ooh. The venom. That is very interesting. The venom. Damn. So it's the interesting thing is that it's a scorpion and a scorpion stings. So this is going to address that specifically. What is it about this energy of the scorpion that really has a deep message? So let me find it. The venom. Wherever it is, there it is. All right, here we go. The venom, the poison, the curse, the toxin. Oh, it's addressing the toxic relationship. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows, in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily, however, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting. Oops, the book just fell. And the reason was because I was trying to grab the Scorpion card. Perhaps your words have a sting. And now I lost my place. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. Okay, so Capricorn's dealing with some gnarliness this week. Good luck. Oh my God, that was intense. All right, so next we have Virgo, the Virgo sign, and I'm gonna go grab the book that I just dropped. All right, Virgo. So you're having a really cool transit. Venus is obviously in your first house. So you get to embody that beauty. You get to embody the Empress, the goddess. You get to embody the High Priestess. At the same time, you've got Neptune in your seventh house. So that's where you might be feeling the weird energy. Because Neptune in the seventh house brings illusion. It brings dreams and it brings like, oh, your most beautiful expression of like what you want for a relationship. But at the same time, it brings deception. So that is the duality that's being aspected for you. Let's see what card you get. The starfish. The starfish. Okay, let's find out what the starfish wants to tell you. When you think about starfish, they're beautiful in themselves. They're also still. I feel a stillness to starfish. They go with the flow. It's like they don't move very fast. It's about slowing down a little bit. But here's the official message. The starfish, beautiful, alluring, superficial or shallow? That can be the shadow expression of Venus for sure. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. Ooh, that is very Venus in the first. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it is important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? And what dreams have I put aside to please others? Oh, no, you didn't. What dreams have I put aside to please others? That is so, okay. If I was going to describe it, that is what I would say about this duality of the first and the seventh house with Venus and Neptune. And you get the temple. The temple, the sacred space. That's what the temple is. It is a space of sacred worship. It is a space of sacred ritual. Wow. It could be also the temple within yourself. Mic drop, right? Exactly. Here we go. The temple. The sanctuary. Yes, that makes sense. You need your sanctuary right now to decipher what's really going on. When we think of the temple, we often envision an archetypal structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred. It's true. Assuming we must extend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet, the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into a dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods, your looks, right? Because we got the starfish, superficial things. What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new. Something surprising. Offer it up to the heavens. Whoa. Whoa. Virgo. Damn. And remember, Virgo is the sign of the Virgin, which is very heavenly, very pure energy. All right, Gemini, here we go. Let's get this party started. Gemini, Venus is transiting your fourth house of the home, and then Neptune is in your 10th. A very interesting dynamic indeed. So Venus in the fourth is like, there are beautiful energies at home. There is something beautiful that is showing up for you, like you feel good. You feel good. In the 10th house, Neptune may be activating your dreams. And this may be a week where you feel maybe a little bit of a disconnect, but also a very deep soulful connection. It can be both. It can be the shadow expressions of each of those planets, or it can be the opposing power of the duality. So what you need to do is enjoy that beauty, that love, that goddess. This is abundance at home. This is abundance in your home. Good luck in your home. You need to embody that energy and you need to channel it. So when you show up for the world, you actually show up in your full power with your intuition, like on point, able to channel, able to connect to the divine. This is about you connecting to the divine in your place. Hi, Boobarth. In your place of being seen, connecting to the divine in your place of being seen, while that brings you a lot of prosperity and abundance at home. And you have to ask yourself and be very clear this week about how to interpret the messages that come through. Because sometimes, like, this opposition can create that sort of illusion that is something that we need to remember, that has the potential to cause problems in our relationships and finances, and to be vulnerable to deception. So what we need to do is just make sure that we know where we stand, that we know like how to decipher the information that comes through. You get the turtle this week, and generally the turtle is ancient ancestors. The turtle is about the wisdom. Turtles live a really, really long time. And they just hold space for that ancient energy. The turtle is ancient soul. It is a grounded energy, trusting, and it's at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers. Wow, that's so Gemini. And storytell. That's so Gemini. Writers and storytellers, as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell your own true tale. What? We're just talking about books and writing, and that's so Gemini. This is blowing my mind. All right, let's see what archetype card comes through. Tap into your wisdom. That's what I also get. Whoa, that just flew. Tap into your wisdom. That is where you are going to connect more deeply and receive more deeper answers. The Father. The Father. That is what we get, Gemini. The Father. which to me says a little bit like, okay, this is Saturn. Saturn wanting to give us a message. So let's see what the message is, if I can find it. Okay, it's got to be in the front. The pilgrim, the animal, the siren, the lover, the shaman, the shapeshifter, the judge, the crone, the king, the queen. Come on, the Father. Ooh, it's got to be right here. The Father. The great Father, the masculine, and the protector. Let's hold both of the cards up. That's Gemini balancing that polarity. Yes. The Turtle Island, the ancestors. Yes, exactly, Belinda. I was thinking about that too. Gemini's grounding at home and telling their stories. Yes. All right. So the Father. Alongside the mother, the Father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal. Embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone. The champion and the failure. The Father can never resolve or escape this duality. By the way, the Father in Saturn is the ruler of the 10th house, which is where Neptune is for you. The father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. This is about emerging as a more mature essence, as a more mature being. Because think of the father as well, and think of the turtle and the ancients, the ancient wisdom. The Lyran starseeds come up strongly here. This is wisdom that you have come here to share, that you can tap into, but it's not like a game. Because I think Gemini can play games a lot and they have fun with it, and that's like their essence, and that's beautiful, and that's a beautiful Gemini energy. But there's a seriousness here. Saturn is serious. The father is a serious energy. It's like, look at your flaws, look at the things that are not working, and let those things go. Because it's time to like get serious. That's what I keep getting. It's like there's a very serious message coming through here for Gemini, which Gemini probably won't like, because they much would rather be less serious about everything. That's their essence. That's their nature, is to like not be serious. And that's the gift that they bring to the world. But I think for now, at least this week, more serious energy will come in as well. All right, here we go. Aquarius. Let's see what's happening for you this week. Aquarius has Venus transiting the 8th house. And that means that in the 2nd house is Neptune. Yeah, I love that, Michael. Venus in the 8th, asking you to look deep within yourself at things that are changing and transforming. And then Neptune in the 2nd is, there's dreams and there's aspirations. There's big dreams. However, if you're not seeing the truth, which Venus is in the opposite side, if you're not seeing the truth, like you may be deceiving yourself, or there may be something that you're not seeing. And that is what can come up this week with this duality. So let's see what animal comes out for you, Aquarius. Ooh, you got the lizard. The lizard, skizzard. So let's see what the lizard wants to tell you. I think of the lizard as like, they're so cute, by the way. Lizards, they take in the sun. So I feel like you need to take more sun this week. You need to stop and let the nourishment in, is one of the messages that is coming through. Stop and enjoy the moment. Feel the warmth of God. Feel the warmth of the sun, like literally shining on your skin. The lizard is instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and she is the dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken of and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. There you go, Aquarius. Yeah, it's time to let your dreams express themselves through you. I feel that is part of the message as well. Yeah, bask in the warmth of the moment too. For sure. Let's see what the archetype cards want to tell you. All right. The dead end. Very interesting energy. The dead end. What does the dead end talk about? Obviously, it almost feels a little bit like maybe a tower moment, but it's different because you get to choose where to go next. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, "No more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter." It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle, even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself from a mythic perspective. The end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the one you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous. Ooh, I almost dropped the card. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. Whoa. I think there's definitely a new beginning for you. You need to let go. You definitely need to let go. All right. Aries is next. Here we are. I also want to say something. I don't know why it's coming up now, but I know that a few people put up timestamps and sometimes they get deleted by Facebook. I don't know why, but I just want to tell you that I so appreciate you doing that, you guys. And thank you. Thank you for those of you that put those up. Okay, Aries, Venus is transiting your 6th house of work, being in the present moment. Yeah, use the lizard perception to see beyond the dead end. Exactly. Yes, I love that. But Venus is in your 6th and Neptune is in the 12th. So Neptune is in its home house. So that's activation of your intuition and your psychic powers and ability to see the unseen and hear the unheard. Venus in the 6th house is asking you to focus on being here in the moment. What brings you pleasure here in the moment? This is where this duality may show up for you. The whale is the card that you get. And the whale sings. The whale is a water animal. It lives deep in the oceans, but also has to come up for breath and air. When you feel completely consumed by your emotions, just swim up to the surface and take a deep breath. And it's okay to be in the ocean. It's okay to be in the world of emotions, to be consumed by them, to where you feel like you are going to drown. But the truth is that you're not going to drown because you know how to swim to the surface, and all you have to do is just float. Just float, and you'll be able to breathe. The whale, the desire to dive and delve deeper, profound peace and ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in your darkest hours. Let the whale help you rise to the surface. Let the whale help you float until you're able to come out of the deep ocean. The mentor and the owl, which is magic, wisdom, the moon forces, very much a teacher. The mentor. Let's see what the mentor has to say to you, Aries. The teacher, the sage, the guru. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. Listen to your inner mentor. Listen to your inner guide. I know you're swimming in a sea of emotion right now, but the whale is helping you to find that stability, that emotional stability, because this week may feel very, very intense, but at the same time, it has the potential for powerful stability for you. And last but not least, Taurus. So, Taurus, another Venus-ruled sign. Venus is transiting your 5th house of creativity, while Neptune is in your 11th of sharing your gifts with the world. Thank you, Gemini Aries. So, Venus is saying focus on romance is one of the things that Venus will focus on in the 5th house. Venus will also focus on her desire to manifest beautiful things into the world, while Neptune in the 11th house wants you to share your intuition, your gifts, your knowledge with those around you. It may cause, because it is, remember, this is an opposition, it may cause struggle or challenge within your relationships with friends. But you get the elephant. And the elephant says that there will be nothing that gets in your way, because the elephant is unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. And that is also a message from Venus, because Venus is your ruling planet. So don't worry. Well, maybe worry a little bit because you got the ocean. I'm just kidding. Dang, earth and water. This is earth and water. But the elephant actually in this deck is the fire element. So earth, fire, and water. The ocean again comes up. The water element comes up. This makes sense because, of course, we are dealing with Neptune, which rules the ocean. Sounds like a bull. This is the unconscious, right? This is Pisces, Neptune, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters, it's to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us. It inspires us, and it invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. when the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. Holy moly! What on earth? A lot of these cards are like connecting mythological stories with planets and astrology and science. Like, it's blowing my mind. Holy moly. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. That was intense. That was a lot, but that was really, really powerful readings. So yes. And then I agree with you also that the elephant is very much like the Taurus energy, the earth, and the ocean, the water is like that message of like flow, let go, surrender, and reemerge. Let the change happen. For all of us this week, I wish you a lot of exciting things. I wish you a lot of wisdom. I wish you a lot of learning. I invite you again to the mini soul healing retreat, which is free. All the links in the description. I want to thank everybody for being here, and for those of you that were moderating and hanging out. And also check out the August deal, which is when you buy a starseed reading, you get a free essential oil or my Stargates calendar. And also make sure that you sign up for Module 6 of Aquarian Astrology Level 1, which is all about Mars. This happening on August 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, everyone, again. And I'll see you guys Saturday for the new moon. Well, Friday we'll do mini readings, but Saturday I'm going to do the new moon astrology, and Sunday I'm going to do the new moon ceremony, the Lion's Gate ceremony. So you do not want to miss that. I love you guys. I'll see you again soon. Satnam.